Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss short answer type question. It's a part of revision which today we are going to do. So now, as you people are familiar that this year, due to this pandemic, the structure of the question paper format that is totally changed. So now, till last year also that we have seen the same questions, and this year also in question number 6 that here short answer type question comes here. Short answer type question means it carries 2 marks. And the word limit is 30 to 40 words. Clear? 30 to 40 words. It comes in question number 6 and question number 7 in literature. And in question number 6, you will be asked some 7 questions. Out of 7 questions, you will have to solve 5 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. It means 10 marks. And this question, it comes from Flamingo, our textbook. And question number 7, here also 2 marks question. You will be given 3 or 4 questions, but you will have to solve 2 questions. It means 4 marks. Question number 6, total 10 marks, 5 questions, and question number 7, 2 questions, it means 4 marks, total 14. So here, in this way, this question carries 2 marks and the word limit is 30 to 40 words. So today we are going to discuss such some selected questions which have been asked in board exams. So first question that we have taken for the discussion, that is, how was Sahib's life at the tea stall? We know that this question is from which chapter? Chapter number 2, that is Lost Spring. Sahib and Mukesh, 2 parts we have seen. One is a rat picker and another Sahib that we have discussed. So now here when this question comes, how was Sahib's life at the tea stall? Here I have not written the complete sentences, only I wrote answer in the form of points, clues that I have given here. So when you will write in your answer sheet, that time you write complete sentences, full sentences here that we have to write. Clear? This question, word limit 30 to 40 words, and marks, each question carries 2 marks. Question number 6 and question number 7 for this year. So let us discuss the answer of this question, that how was Sahib's life at the tea stall when he started working there? See now, Sahib, that he was a rat picker, we know. And when Sahib took up a job at a tea stall, that he was not happy at all, we know. Though he got 800 rupees per month and plus his food that he was getting, but still Sahib was not happy there working at a tea stall at all, because the question is how was Sahib's life at the tea stall. We have to describe his life. Do not give unnecessary things there. The points which are applicable here, especially to the question, which we will be able to prove the question, their statement, those points you will mention here. So now, though he was getting 800 rupees per month, but still that he was not happy. Sahib had become a servant here, just like a servant. And then he had become a servant. And he was no longer his own master now. Because when he was a rag picker, that time he was his own master. There was no need for him to work under the owner there. He was the owner, he was the boss. But now here, there was the owner of the tea stall, and so he had to work according to the whims and the fancies of that tea stall or the shop owner there. Tea stall owner, that he had to work according to the whims and fancies of that tea stall owner. And one more thing, that he was not happy at all because he had lost his freedom there, working there. He was free when he was a rag picker. That time he was free. Wherever he wanted that he could go, but now here that was not possible for him. So that's why he had lost his freedom. Now coming to the second question, that how do we know that children at the elementary school are coming from a slum? We know that this question is from which poem? Poem number 2, that is an elementary school classroom in a slum. So this is what the poem, this question. So how do we know that children at the elementary school are coming from a slum area? Clearly it is not given, but so many indications are given by which we can here justify, here we can clarify this question. Yes, we can say children that they are coming from a slum. So here only points that I wrote, that with the help of the points we will discuss. See now, the classroom was a dim. This is what the indication that the children at the elementary school are coming from a slum. If we look at the condition of the classroom there, the classroom was a dim, no such a charming or something atmosphere there, learning atmosphere. Then the paint on the walls has faded. This is also one more indication. Next, children were sick, undernourished. If we look at the condition of the children who were working there, it means who were studying there in that school or in the classroom, sitting there, that they looked just like that they have come from poverty there. They were poverty stricken. Children were sick and undernourished. Next, one example is there, a girl who was sitting there or who sat there with her head down. A girl sat with her head down in despair. It means we know that she was in despair. Why? Due to her condition, due to the poverty, having so many problems there in her life there, unable to fulfill the needs. Next, a child's growth. Next, a child's growth was stunted there in that area. So these are the indications we can say the children that they are coming from a slum. Looking at their condition, a child's growth was stunted there. His bones were twisted, thin, slim body there. Even the bones that they were visible. So it means that was the. We could say that the indication that they are coming from the slum area there. So here children, you can give various indications there. So in this way here, now today we are going to discuss such question, short answer type questions in the few upcoming video modules. Now we will see, we will come with few more questions in the coming video.